Hi students, we are now coming to the part on indoor pollution here. So indoor pollution was the cause of the high death toll in 2012 in the West Pacific, because the cigarette smoke that contains more than 4,000 chemicals. This is the cause of this indoor pollution, people smoking indoor. And of course we have also the burning of incense in certain months of the year here, because it's lung cancer, mouth and throat cancer, headaches, as well as the pulmonary and vascular diseases. And it could be even as bad as even worse than the cigarette smoke here, coming from this secondary smoking. So the indoor smoke from fossil fuels is also problematic, right? According to a report from the World Health Organization in 2009, with half the world's population still cooks with no wood, dung, feces, coal, agriculture residues on the simple stove, open fires. And this happens primarily in the developing countries like Mali, some parts of India, and most of Africa here. Right, for the indoor pollution, we'll be covering 5 parts here. Number 1, there's the sources of it. Number 2, the natural background radiations. Number 3, the radiation and health hazards. Number 4, radioactive decay. And lastly, number 5, there's the VOC, the volatile organic compounds, asbestos, and others. So the sources of indoor pollutions, right, the list I'm going to give you here is non-exhaustive, means right, it is you can continue and continue. There's no end point to it. It's not like, oh, there's only 100 lists of indoor pollution sources. So I would like to go through chlorine, right, could be released from chloroform during a hot shower, right. Where you find this chloroform is, right, sometimes when you send your clothes for dry cleaning there, they use chloroform because it doesn't form a strong hydrogen bond here. That's why when you do dry cleaning, there's no crease lines, it's very flat. Okay, but the thing is, you have the smell here. So the chloroform from dry cleaning, you might under high temperature can release chlorine there. And of course, if we have that, the mildews can also grow, right? So particles and gases from fireplaces, these are indoor pollutants. Your pollen from flowers, right? If you send some flowers to your loved ones here for surprise, these are also potentially indoor pollutants. Now, chemicals released from the furnitures and the building materials are also indoor pollutants. Things that smell very good, like new furnitures there, don't think it's very harmless to you, right? Although it suggests novelty, it suggests something brand new that we feel good about it, but it could be harmful chemicals here. We also have tobacco that contains more than 4,000 chemicals there, right? In just a little cigarette or cigar. Toxic chemicals from pesticides or even household cleaning agents here. Don't think that household cleaning agents, they just clean what is dirty or kill germs and bacteria, but themselves, they're also toxic. That's why they're able to kill. Next part, we speak about the damp basements. If you have a basement here, it does encourage mildew growth because of the high humidity here and the lack of ventilations. And this predominantly exists in the Western countries when they have a basement there. Singapore, not so much, unless you're pretty atas and live in a big place, right? Next, we also have carpets and upholstery trap mold, right? This is where you have cavities where you promote the mold growing because you have enough moisture, you have enough air for them to survive, and it's trapped, right, with the grids there. So of course, you also have pollen and other particles that include dust mites. The dust mites, right, they'll just find a home there and make it their habitat. Next, we have the paint, right? The painting of the walls around that can release these volatile organic compounds when they're drying there, because the solvent is just an organic solvent here. They are volatile, that's why they dry and leave behind a stain on the wall there. Next, we have the carbon monoxide fumes from the attached garage or poorly ventilated furnace. Right, furnace we don't have in Singapore, but just think of a Western country here going through winter here, when it's not well ventilated, you have the incomplete combustion. That's how you get carbon monoxide. And then we have also particles from cooking, the lawn chemicals, and other indoor pollutants getting trapped in the shoes, right, in the sole of the shoes. The radon and the volatile chemicals in a contaminated this soil, right? If you have some plants and small agriculture home there, so this could also be trapped in the basement that's not very well ventilated here.